Hello, I'm Maximus Wrigley, and I am a senior.
Marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God.
Pretty much as far back as I can remember, I've been doing music in some type of way. I started playing drums when I was 5 or 6 years old, and since then I've just picked up different instruments. I think the big thing that made me want to continue with it was really just playing and watching people who were really talented and sounded really good on their instruments. It just motivated me to continue to push myself and keep playing with other groups of people. My freshman year I took music theory and I came in playing with the concert band. My sophomore year I continued playing with the concert band but also joined the wind ensemble. During this I was also participating with the jazz ensemble and the marching band, which I continued with marching band until my junior year and played with the jazz ensemble all 4 years. And I've also played with the orchestra and the chorus when they've needed me. So I started playing, I guess, for the first time when I was about 5 or 6 on the drums, which I said earlier, and then I did that for a couple years, and then when I was in elementary school around 3rd grade I picked up a string instrument and realized it wasn't for me. So I next year went to brass, which was trumpet. My dad and my grandfather had both played trumpet, so I picked up the trumpet because it kind of just felt like the right thing to do. And I didn't really enjoy it that much in the beginning, so a couple years later I ended up picking up piano, which I got pretty serious about. Played piano with accompanied choruses and things like that, and then about 2 years after I started piano I picked up the guitar. I'd always liked metal music, classic rock, stuff like that, so because guitar just kind of seemed like the right thing. And then it was kind of once I got to high school that I got really serious about trumpet and kind of put the rest of the stuff on a back burner and then put all my time into playing the horn. My favorite type of music to play would definitely be jazz, probably specifically Latin jazz. My dad's Cuban and I've just always enjoyed listening to cultural music and definitely Latin music specifically, and playing the trumpet, it's a big part of Latin music. A lot of the instrumentalists I listen to are Latin players, so I would say for sure Latin jazz specifically is what I enjoy playing the most and improvising. That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy playing other things like with orchestras or concert bands, but jazz has my heart. My favorite piece that I've played while at William Tennent would have to be actually one I played this year, 2/3's Adventure. I've played a lot of great music in the time that I've been here, but this piece has definitely brought me something that no other has. I've had the opportunity to trade solos with outstanding musicians from the Philly Pops like Matt Gallagher and Ron Kerber, and continue to play with my great band and just produce music that honestly I never thought I'd be able to at this level in my life. And on top of that, it is a Latin chart and it has a lot of stuff that I personally enjoy playing on top of soloing and high notes and everything. So I would say 2/3's Adventure is definitely the piece I've enjoyed playing the most. So some of the awards I've received are a lot about making groups that I've auditioned for. So I have been in our county band for the past 5 years. For the past 3 years, I've done our district band and orchestra. I've also done the regional band and regional orchestra. And for the past 3 years, I've also done our state's jazz band. These are all audition groups, and pretty much you just audition. If they like you, they pick you, and you get to play with some pretty awesome people. Some other stuff I've won over the course of the past 4 years would be just kind of like standard soloist awards. When our jazz band for William Tennent goes out and compete, a lot of time they will recognize outstanding soloists, or they'll recognize good sections, and I've been fortunate enough to be the recipient of these awards a couple times. The reason I want to continue playing music in the future is more about the feeling that I get while I'm playing. It's an outlet for me and allows me to really channel some part of myself that I can't do in any other way. That's kind of why I decided to continue playing jazz when I go to University of Florida. I'm taking a minor in jazz studies there, And I just want to kind of continue refining my playing and keeping it with me, even though I'm not planning to do it as a career. So I would just say the main thing is just I love performing. I love performing with other people, and I just love the drive I get seeing people that are really talented and the way they motivate me to play. My favorite moment from the past 4 years at William Tennent, being a part of the music department, would have to be actually back in my freshman year. It was the last competition that the jazz band went to. We performed at Penn Ridge, and at this competition we probably played the best show of our lives, and at this time we didn't know it was going to be our last show because we had no idea COVID was going to happen. But we performed, and that night we received an award. It was the John McMorty Memorial Trumpet Award, and it's awarded to the band that they felt best represented what it meant to memorialize a trumpet player that had gone through Penn Ridge and sadly passed. He was really talented. He had done a lot of great things, and sadly he was taken too young, and I just felt honored in that moment to be able to receive an award memorializing him for the playing that I was able to produce that night with all my peers in the section. As for the funniest memory, I would say, from my time here, it would have to be probably the end of my junior year. We decided to get in a large circle, and each person in the circle would try to make everyone laugh, and if you laughed, you would get out. In classic fashion, my friend Mike, he has a laugh that is extremely contagious and can summon it on command. So he pretty much just took his turn, summoned this laugh, and eliminated everybody in the group. So yeah, that would probably have been the funniest moment for me because it just kind of embodied the relationship that we have built over the past few years.